Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aisha Lynn. Thanks for tuning in with me. Here on my channel, this is where I'm passionate about black hair care and travel. Today we're going to get into part 2 of my Grand Palladium Lady Hamilton Tours wedding edition, I guess is what we're going to call this. And today we're going to get into the food and beverage side of things. Before we go anywhere, make sure that you check out aishalyn.com and hit that subscribe button, as well as check out the Grand Palladium property tour where I got into the property, the entertainment, the beaches, the pools, everything basically except food and beverage. So let's jump right on in. I'm gonna start with the drinks because there's not a whole lot to cover with that, but some of the bottles that I did see on property, before we do them, sorry, it is all inclusive. So all of your food, all of your drinks, it's all included. You don't pay for anything additional unless you're getting like lobster or something, you know, something that's coming at an additional price. But as far as alcohol goes, they have beer, wine, pina coladas, daiquiris, Sky, Absolute, Smirnoff. So I did see Henny, Tanqueray, mimosas at breakfast, Cuervo, Courvoisier, Johnny Red, Ray Nephew, Rum Cream, Appleton, Kahlua, Cointreau, and Grand Marnier. Those are just some of the ones that I remember seeing. Of course, they do have more than just that. If you're gonna do a mixed drink, the mixed drinks are strong as hell. They don't care about you. They don't care that you've been locked up at home for a year and you really haven't been drinking a whole lot and now you're ready to bust loose and drink all their liquor. They don't care. They are going to free pour. When I saw this guy free pour Darrington's drink one time, it was literally like he was just and like a splash of like mixer on top. It was insane. We had to go back to the room and mix that some more because they're just giving you like just liquor, just giving it away basically. I'm gonna insert a picture here. This is me on day one. Darren and I are sitting down at the Japanese restaurant. I've ordered, what did I order? Some tempura shrimp and miso soup, and I think I was gonna get like a veggies, I'm not sorry, a cooked fish sushi roll. And I had ordered a Sky and pineapple. I don't know if the guy just didn't mix it. I don't know what happened, but next thing you know, I'm sitting at dinner, you know, trying to eat my food, and I'm sweating, and the witch is like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I don't know if I'm okay. Like there's a lot happening right now." So I guess they thought that I was sick, but I wasn't sick. What ended up happening was I got like drunk like super quickly. So on the first day. So that's the reason for this picture here. Yeah, so just keep that in mind that the drinks are very strong. Your mini bar inside of your room, it will be stocked. There'll be 4 water bottles, a Coke, like a sugar-free Coke, a Sprite, and like an orange soda. And if you have the maid come in or the housekeeper come in, she'll replace that every single day. Every day we got 4 new bottles of water because I was not playing. I want my bottled water. So that was great. If you watched the last video, I put some footage in there of the hydrotherapy pools. I'll put a little bit of it in here for you guys as well. But I mentioned the smoothie bar. It's called Healthy Habits. And there's a lady behind there. And of course, this is still all included. She makes fresh smoothies, drink, you know, like fruit juices from scratch, exactly how you want it. So every time she makes it, it's a little bit different. The first time we got something, we just had to make like her specialty, which was basically like every fruit in her fridge, all the vegetables, carrots, spinach. It was mango, pineapple, orange, apple, it was ginger, everything basically. Watermelon, everything. And then the second time we had gotten just like mango, I got just mango, ginger, and pineapple. And she's literally just throwing mixed fruits in there, cut up fruit, blending it and giving it to you. It was so good, so good. Definitely recommend. If you don't have access to the hydrotherapy pool, at least you need either pay for it one day or pay, I don't remember how much it is. I think it's like 35 for one day or 55 for every day that you're there. I just recommend, you know, checking that out. And then we're about to get into the specific wedding stuff, but before we get to the food, the last thing that I have here for the drinks is the signature cocktails. Oh no, where are my notes? Hold on. So, we did not know that when you book through Palladium, you get like a signature cocktail. They're gonna give your guests, once they get to their ceremony, they're gonna give them water and juice And I can't remember if they said the signature cocktail that there is at the ceremony or if it's just at the reception. That I can't remember, so my apologies on that. But you would be entitled to a signature cocktail. So we tried 3. The first one was the slow burn margarita, and that was Darren's choice. And that one was basically a Scotch bonnet and tequila. That is a drink, that is a turn up drink. You are turning up with that drink. It is spicy. Personally, I probably would never order that, but like a sip or 2 of that was pretty good. I tried the Sweetheart margarita, and that was ginger, orange, and lime, and that was really, really, really tasty. It wasn't like super fruity. It wasn't like, you know, too like feminine. That was just like a nice, refreshing drink. I really, really enjoyed that Sweetheart margarita. And then the third one was a pineapple mojito, and I usually fucking love mojitos. That's like my drink. However, I would not torture a bartender to actually make one for me because it's a pain in the ass, but those are my favorite drinks, and I hated it. I don't know why. She gave us like this massive serving of it, and it was, the tequila was there, but there was no pineapple. You couldn't really taste the mint. It was really just like tequila and soda water. So that was not for me. For me, that drink just did not taste it. But if you do a food tasting at Palladium, definitely try the Sweetheart. Definitely try the slow burn, because those drinks were mixed very, very well. To the food, here we go. All right, so we're gonna do the wedding food tasting first. Now, I didn't know, I guess because I've never done a wedding tasting before, I didn't know that we're able to, you know, tell them how we like things cooked. So she basically just actually know, do you want more salt? Do you want more pepper? You know, what do you want more of in each dish? So we kind of went through that. I'll, you know, go through them relatively quickly. I'm not trying to keep you guys here forever, but you're gonna see the pictures of what everything looked like here. Now, before I actually go into it, when I looked at like TripAdvisor at like pictures of people's food, some people just put like whatever on their plate, and the plate looked crazy and they maybe not want to eat the food. But there were some other people that would take pictures as it was plated. A lot of the portions looked really, really small. Now, I know when you do all-inclusive, in order for the resort to not waste food, they traditionally give you smaller portions. And if you just want something, you know, you want more something, just ask for like a second helping. But most of the portions are really, really small to begin with. Keep in mind that you've probably also been eating, you know, all-inclusive. So you've been eating, you know, like you're eating all of your meals. You don't need a whole lot. So keep that in mind. The day of the tasting, we skipped breakfast. Our site tour was at like 10, well, we met at 10, the tour started at like 10:30, and then we were ready for lunch around like 12:15, 12:30, somewhere around then. So we had, you know, not eaten from the night before, and we knew that we had a lot of food to try today, or that day. All right, so menu number 1, which was actually menu number 4, they had, I think it was either 10 or 15 different menus that you can choose from. They're like 8 plated and 3 buffet, and they just have a lot of different menus. So we chose two plated menus to try, and the Jamaican buffet to try. So the first menu was a Caribbean crab cake, which was super crispy on the outside, nice and warm on the inside. But it was just like a tasting. So that being the first thing that we tried, like it was like, all right, we probably could have used like a little bit more of that, but it wasn't too spicy. Just a crab cake. It wasn't like a Maryland crab cake, but it was okay. It was okay. It came with grilled strip loin with mushroom sauce and stuffed chicken breast. Now the strip loin was pretty good. The mushroom sauce was a little bit salty if you ask me, but still pretty good. The chicken I did not care for at all. It was super, super dry, and it was stuffed with, I think, like peppers. I think it was just stuffed actually with just peppers and onions. And it didn't, let me pull up a picture of it so that I can actually remember as I'm looking at it. Right, and it did not come with any sauce on the chicken itself. The brown sauce that you see is actually for the steak. And then it came with, you know, some like vegetables and like a little potato thing. The potato thing was okay. It's basically like a croquette. So it's just, you know, shaved potato, and then they deep fry it. Not impressed. And then this menu came with the rum raisin bread pudding, which was really, really good. The rum raisin bread pudding with the vanilla sauce, that was really good. I really like that. It wasn't too sweet. Well, actually the pudding itself was not sweet, but the sauce was pretty sweet, and the two together. Now, menu number 2, grilled pear salad. It's a hell no for me. No all the way. They should honestly just take that right off of the menu, because you know the best thing about it was the gorgonzola cheese, to be honest. that with the vinaigrette was the best, but Then that one came with the mango sorbet, which was a yes. That one had a little bit of Appleton in it, so it's like a palate cleanser. So it's not heavy. It's like a little bit of it's mango flavored, and then with a hint of rum. Really tasty. And then that one came with, what did we get with this one? Oh, the salty shrimp, yes. So the shrimp, the tenderloin over this like potato pancake, basically. The shrimp was good. I think it's the sauce, that yellow sauce that you see on there is super duper salty, which was crazy because this was one of the last things that we ate. And everything else was pretty well salted, or it wasn't super salty. We actually never needed more salt on anything, really and truly, but this sauce was crazy salty. So I don't know if someone just like accidentally put in, like 3 tablespoons instead of 3 teaspoons. I don't know what happened. But it was super salty, so it would be a no for me. Tenderloin was too overdone to my liking, so I wouldn't choose that. And the potato pancake was So this whole dish was like a meh to me. I was not impressed. And it was kind of crazy because that's the most expensive one. The first option I showed you was the 45, that's the least expensive. This is the most expensive, which I think was like 65 a person. So there's that. So, I'm sorry. If you're getting married between April and June, it would be shrimp. Any other month, it would be lobster. But still, the sauce was salty as hell. Number 3 was the Jamaican buffet. So we chose a couple options off of that menu. The first thing that we had chosen was potato salad and the conch salad. But conch is out of season. Potato salad, not bad, not great, but edible. Nice too. It was actually, we said that it could have gone a little bit heavier on the mayo. They call it cream, but go a little bit higher because it was a little on the drier side, but good flavor. Then we had the calamari salad, which should be conch, but it's out of season, so it's calamari. So I definitely just got big. So the calamari, nice and spicy. That tasted really good, but I'm not crazy about the texture. I didn't know that I didn't like not fried calamari. That was my first time trying it, not fried. So I probably wouldn't try that again, but I would try it as conch, but I know they're supposed to have like a similar texture. It was super well seasoned though. It was really tasty. Then the pumpkin soup. If you know me, you know that I'm not crazy about soups. They're just not my thing. But Darren really liked this soup. This soup was a massive hit for him. He actually, like, the chef came out and like Darren like complimented him, like, you must make this soup for us next year. So I guess it was really good. I don't know. We'll see. Then for the hot entrees, rice and peas, curry goat, and oxtail. All of it was really good. My favorite, honestly, was probably the goat. The oxtail was a little bit overdone, if you ask me. But the goat was super well seasoned, but everything was well seasoned, really and truly. But the goat, like the pieces of meat that I got, it was a little bony, but you know how goat is. But the pieces of meat that I did have, really well, really good, really well done. For dessert, the pineapple upside down cake, delicious, and the wedding cakes. So they brought out all 3 for us. Mind you, this whole time they're bringing out full platters of food, and there's 3 of us. It's me, Darren, and the wedding coordinator. So I'm not really sure why. Not sure why they gave us 3 entire cakes, but they gave us a vanilla, black cake, and a chocolate cake. Now, I'm not crazy about chocolate cake to begin with, so we actually didn't even touch that one. But the vanilla and the black cake were both pretty good. I'm not crazy about black cake, but I'd probably eat a slice because it's traditional. And then the white cake, it's vanilla. I mean, there's nothing to it. But they're both pretty good. A little heavy on the frosting, but so that's why if we were to do it, we probably would do the naked cake where it's there's more frosting in between and less frosting like on the outside, so it's not as sweet. But oh, and Darren really liked the black cake, so it's probably good for those people that like black cake. I don't like a black cake. I'm okay. He thought it was really, really good though. So there's that. Let's move on to the actual like resort food. So okay, so all the food that we just went over, you're not gonna see that on the resort menus. Like you might see like something similar, but it's not gonna taste like the one for the weddings. But going on to the ones to the restaurants. So I only took pictures of food that we actually ate because there was actually surprisingly quite a bit of people there. I didn't want to like be all the people's like faces with like my camera and stuff. Because we never got to anything on time because we had things to do every single day. We had meetings, appointments, all types of stuff going on the entire weekend. So we didn't actually like get to, I didn't get to film things, as early as I would like to get them, without as much people there. So I only filmed the food or took pictures of the food that we actually ate. So keep that in mind. All right, so the first place that we ate was the Mobe Buffet. That was after check-in, and it was right there. I remember seeing, let's see, they had like a burger station. They had like a traditional like Jamaican, buffet, and that's what I got, jerk chicken, rice and peas. They had some other stuff there that I wasn't too interested in. I can't remember what it is now, but again, I didn't want to be in everyone's faces. And then they had some, I think they had like a pasta, some fish and red sauce I remember seeing. There's like some weird like other things that I was like, that's not for me. So that's why I ended up with just jerk chicken and rice and peas. And then of course they had like a full salad bar and a full dessert bar, as well as soup and like a bread station. So it was pretty complete, to be completely honest. For coronavirus, it was pretty complete if you ask me. But the jerk chicken was really good. I was surprised. I was like, okay, y'all doing the thing. So that jerk chicken was really good. Darren got the same thing, and then we ended up just splitting a burger. That wasn't all that, and he ended up getting chicken soup from over there, which wasn't all of that. Like it was just okay, like it was good to like put in your stomach. But would we get it? Would I get it? No. Would he get it? He get it again? No, probably. But that's him. Oh, and then right after that, we went to the jerk hut because I wanted to try as many different restaurants and places to eat as possible. So we went to the jerk hut to see is this the same jerk chicken or is it different? And it's different. So at the jerk hut, they basically give you like barbecued chicken with like a sweet jerk sauce. If you like jerk chicken, you probably won't like this because I did not like this. This is not that was not traditional jerk chicken like what they were serving in the buffet. So keep that in mind. And then for dinner, as we already discussed, we went to the Japanese restaurant where I got, I guess, a little tipsy in the middle of the second course and could not further, eat the rest of my food. But Darren went ahead and had his, what's it called? I think it was like a soba fillet. And he said that it wasn't as well seasoned as he would have liked, but it was prepared really well. So that means like it was seared really well and it was super juicy, and you can kind of see that from the photo. And then we didn't do dessert because after he finished that, we just went right back to the room so I could go have some ginger ale lay down, you know what I mean? Oh, and he also had fried rice, and he said that was pretty good. That was the first night. After that, I didn't eat until the next day when we did the food tasting. So we tasted all that food, and then we were done with that by like 3:30, and we didn't eat again until like the nighttime. We skipped dinner altogether, and we ended up just trying out the room service. Room service is complimentary. It's 24 hours a day, but there is a $10 per person delivery charge every time, and they'll give you like for like a 3-course meal per person, so you can get like 3 different things and $10 per person every time you order. So, and it did take about 45 minutes to an hour. They're pretty on time. When they quote you, they're pretty on time with it. So I had gotten a turkey club. They tried to add ham and bacon to it. Take that off. So, but it came hot, which I liked. It came with fries. The fries were trash. Sandwich was good. We had ordered chicken and beef patties. There really wasn't too much meat in them at all. But I remember the crust being really good. So if you like beef like patties, you know that the crust is just as important as the meat, sometimes even more important, and the crust was really good. But we ordered again? No. He ordered steak fajitas. I didn't even try it. I didn't even want to, because like, look at it. Wasn't for me. And then we ordered strawberry cheesecake, and you will see that we ordered cheesecake a few times because it was really good. It's not like traditional New York cheesecake or like I guess American cheesecake where it's like heavy and dense. It's more like a cake. It's like a little bit more spongy. So it's still rich, but it's not as like dense. It's not as heavy, and they do it really well. So this first time we had ordered a strawberry. Okay, so Poseidon restaurant. First thing that we had, the garlic rolls. Really, really good. Tastes like they were like literally just baked. Don't skip the rolls if you see them on the table. Highly recommend. And we had another version of the Caribbean crab cake. It wasn't the same one that we had for the wedding tasting. I think I actually like this one better because of that sauce on the side, as opposed to that corn salsa that they offer for the for wedding events. So this Caribbean crab cake was better to me. Darren had the smoked marlin wraps. I tried it. I'm not a fan, but it didn't taste that bad. What else did we have? Oh, the snapper. Okay, so I don't think I've had snapper that wasn't escabeche. Aside from escabeche snapper, this was literally the best red snapper I've ever had in my entire life. I kid you not. It's coated with, it's like a potato crust, and the snapper was so moist. It was so good. Like, I would literally order that every single time, no lie. Easily, without question. Darren actually got, I don't know what he got. Some grilled shrimp skewer or something or the other. He had like one bite of the shrimp. I didn't even try it. He had one bite of the shrimp and then and when the lady came back over, the waitress, he ordered the snapper. So that's how good the snapper was. And then for dessert, soursop cheesecake, and that was also really, really good. That same night, so we had 2 dinners that night, because I wanted to try as many restaurants as possible. And there's so many on site. Like, it's like, you can't, I'm gonna just throw this in there real quick. You can't go there for like, if you've never been, I would not recommend going for anything less than 5 days, because you're not gonna get to try and see everything. You're just not. So then we went to the Jamaican restaurant, and that was the last time that we had like dinner. And he started off with ackee, onion and like pepper over green plantain. I don't like green plantain, but the ackee was really, really good. I had coconut shrimp. Fantastic. Absolutely loved it. He also ordered a pumpkin soup. Now this pumpkin soup was more like just pumpkin puree. Like, there was no flavor, there was no spice, like there was nothing into it. So I would not recommend that one. He ordered the curry goat with rice. He said it was full of bone. So you get what you get with that. And then I had the escabeche snapper. Course. Now the snapper itself was fried really, really well. Loved it, but not enough pepper and not enough like escabeche, not enough vinegar for me. And then it came with bami, and I don't like bami like this, so I just didn't eat it. For dessert, I got the mango cheesecake, and the cake itself is really good, and that like yellow like mango, I guess, I don't know what it was. It was like a mango frosting almost. That was really good, but like that white cream underneath, that was like cake frosting, and I did not like that. That made this particular one too like rich. It wasn't like the other cheesecakes that were really light and like you didn't feel like super weighed down. I felt weighed down after this particular cheesecake because of that, because of the icing on top. And then he had gotten black cake with vanilla ice cream, and he was like, basically, so that means that it was just edible. It wasn't great. So the Jamaican restaurant was like hit and miss. It was hit and miss. But my favorite was Poseidon by far. And then the next morning, we had rushed to go get breakfast because we realized it's literally Monday morning. It's like 7:30 in the morning, and our flight is at 1, and we have not tried any of the breakfasts on site because every day for breakfast, like we had something to do or we were doing the food tasting, so we didn't want to eat breakfast. So for me, I got French toast, which was like just like roasted potatoes that were really good. Omelet station, fire. Highly recommend. Get an omelet. It is so good. And just some dumplings, and those were also really good, fried dumpling. And then he got stew kidney and sawfish rundown, and I don't eat either. When it comes to Jamaican breakfast, he said they're both just okay, which in my terms means that they were just like edible. Like it wasn't great. It wasn't like the omelet was phenomenal. No, it was just meh. So keep that in mind. And the dumpling, of course, was actually really good. So that's what we had for breakfast on the last day. And then somewhere in there, after the all-white party, so Saturday night, after, you know, the dining closes, the sports bar, the website says it's supposed to be open until 7 a.m. So it's literally open all night for you. But I guess because of COVID, it closes at 2. So after the all-white party ended at 12, you know, pretty much everyone heads over to the sports bar. And luckily we were one of the first ones in there. And so we got to sit right down. But there was definitely a line to get in the sports bar when we were leaving. So I just got some hot wings, and I don't know why I thought buffalo wings, but don't think buffalo. These are not buffalo wings. These are just spicy wings. And fries were bleh, but the wings were pretty good actually. And then they have a burger, and it's literally just a burger. You can't customize it. You can't add cheese. Like, it's literally just a burger patty with lettuce, tomato, and onion, and horrible. Do not recommend. The only reason why we got the burger was because I had seen somewhere that someone thought it was really good. So I don't know if it was like one of their first weekends being like back, because the hotel was not empty. But it just wasn't impressed with that. That was all the food that we had eaten while we were at Grand Palladium. If you stayed there before, what was your favorite dish? Where did you eat? Drop comments down below. And don't forget to check out the property tour with the wedding ceremony sites, the reception sites, the property tour, all that other good stuff, entertainment, the pools, the beaches. I'll drop the link for you guys in the description box below. Until next time, stay blessed and stay safe. Check you next time. Bye-bye.